The original Silent Night, Deadly Night is one of those rare horror flicks that set off a moral epileptic seizure in the early 80s. People bent over backwards to try to keep this flick from being seen. Parents and teachers protested it, critics condemned it, Siskel and Ebert even went so far as to read off the principal credits and follow each name with a loathsome shame on you. So how does a little slasher flick stir up this huge calamity when movies like Christmas Evil went almost completely unnoticed upon their release? Well, gee, I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with marketing like this! I mean, holy shit, way to just chuck all context and go straight for the jugular. What kind of movie markets Santa Claus as a serial killer? I mean, what's next? Rabies shots for the Easter Bunny? It was definitely a cheap advertising gimmick, but it certainly got people talking. And despite being pulled from theaters in response to the protests, it was eventually released uncut on VHS, where it developed a cult following big enough to spawn 4 sequels. So it can't be that bad, right?
You scared, ain't you?
Kinda scared to find out.
Well, I tell you something. Santa Claus only brings presents to them that's been good all year. All the naughty ones, he punishes. You see Santa Claus tonight? You better run for your life.
And this officially kicks off what amounts to a 90-minute evisceration of our childhood fantasies.
Take that, you mutated son of a bitch!
Meanwhile, as fate would have it, there is a psychotic jagoff dressed as Santa Claus running around robbing liquor stores and spreading the Yuletide fear. What the hell's up with that guy's tongue? What is he, a human chihuahua?
Chihuahua.
You killed me! Ryan O'Neal's stunt family is driving home when they come across this Santa, broken down on the side of the road. I expect nothing but a subtle carjacking from someone dressed like that. You know, you really gotta hand it to the guy. If you want to get away with numerous felonies and slaughter a whole bunch of people, what better way to get away with it than dress up as Santa Claus on Christmas Eve? I mean, what are the odds they'd find you? Boobies! So, both of his parents are dead, little Billy is traumatized for life, but thankfully Santa leaves him and the baby alone before disappearing forever, leaving Billy and his kid brother Ricky to grow up in an orphanage ran by a psychotic nun who sees Billy and his new mullet as a problem child.
Simply because something unfortunate happened to his parents, which he knows nothing about, is no reason to allow him to run wild.
Are you fucking kidding me? The kid was old enough to read when he saw his parents slaughtered like goats. Not to mention, I'm sure the police report you read would have tagged him as the only eyewitness. I'm pretty sure he remembers just fine.
And if he has received proper training, he will know how to cope with it.
And in case you were curious, proper training in this case means being tied to your bed when you have flashback nightmares and being brutally beaten across the ass with a leather belt.
Punishment is good.
Every movie needs a villain, and this bitch is it. This character is so vile, so repugnant, and so devoid of logic, empathy, and understanding that it doesn't take more than a minute to hate her friggin' guts. How does someone who knows nothing of children, basic psychology, or even general human decency come to be the head of a fucking orphanage? That's because she blew to get the job, but that would be stupid.
William will sit on Santa Claus' lap and behave.
This is gonna end well. What? You think I got a joke for that? I don't.
What the hell's wrong with that kid?
Your brother's in that case, that's what's wrong.
Now, I know I'm skipping around a lot here, so you're missing a lot of dialogue, but if you were watching it through, you'd realize by this point in the movie that the people in this screenwriter's universe need to invest in a thesaurus because no one knows any synonyms for the words naughty or punish.
Naughty punishes.
Naughty punish.
Naughty. Punished.
Where do you learn to write like this? The Michael Bay Screenwriting Academy for fucking idiots? Thanks a lot! We cut to 10 years later where Billy is now a tall, strapping lad who looks like he just stepped off the cover of Farmer's Digest. Now how the hell does someone who spent 13 years in an orphanage get more ripped than Chuck Norris? There must be a lot of acrobatics involved when you have to hide your masturbation habits from sadistic 60-year-old virgins who swing leather belts like a doped-up Barry Bonds. So Billy is now 18, played for the rest of the movie by Robert Brian Wilson, and the good nun from the orphanage gets him a job in the stockroom of a local toy store. But it's not all fun and games in the land of endless product placement.
Call the temporary agency and get a replacement.
The agency's only got women. This job requires a person of the male persuasion.
So they ask the new guy to show some initiative and lend the store a hand by dressing up as, you guessed it, Santa Claus.
Of course! You're being naughty. Right on Santa's lap. I don't bring toys to naughty children. I punish them severely.
He sure knows how to handle kids. He's great, isn't he?
Because everyone should take a page from the Ike Turner book of parenting before even considering insemination.
It's over! Time to get shit-faced!
There you go, there you go, there you go.
Wouldn't he want to take that thing off?
Are you happy wearing that? Do you want to take it off? Well, tell the kid to take it off.
By the time this party's over, you'll think you are Santa Claus.
After everyone but the die-hard stragglers have gone, Billy watches as Joe Pesci's deviant cousin takes his fantasy girl in the back for a little Yuletide sexual assault.
You got me a present, Andy. I don't see why you just don't bring it out there where everybody can see it.
Because not everyone believes that good things come in small packages. Billy enters the stockroom just as things are getting out of hand, and the shock of deja vu combined with enough alcohol to kill a small horse causes him to have a psychotic break, and he becomes fully immersed within the Santa Claus persona built up by his trauma.
Naughty!
Did he just scream naughty?
Naughty!
Okay. Just checking.
Silly, isn't he?
Billy makes quick work of the dude, and of course his fantasy girl is oh so grateful.
You bastard! You're crazy! Get the hell away from me!
Oh, so you wanted to get raped? Oh, I'm sorry, that's my bad. Let me see if I can build up enough of a static charge here to kind of kickstart his heart. No, that didn't work. Rats. I'm sorry. So, for a latte? Hey, look, everyone look. The drunk guy, ready for this, got hammered. The best kill has to be when Billy just picks out a random house that happens to be occupied by William Zabka's stand-in and my personal favorite B-movie butterface, Linny Quigley, who you may or may not recognize as the punk chick from Return of the Living Dead, who spends the entire movie showing off what may be the first documented case of shaved snatch in cinema. And as you may have guessed, not much has changed. I'm not even gonna do the line. I'll just dance for you. Yep, she's topless for her entire scene, right up to and including her death. She even goes to the front door like that, in full view of Christmas carolers.
Merry Christmas.
There you are, you bad kitty!
Punish! Punished! Punished! Punished!
Okay, how am I not supposed to laugh at that? A serial killer dressed as Santa screaming, "Naughty! Punish!" Imagine having him as a roommate. Hey, do you want some breakfast? No, I'm good, thanks. Punish! 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 Nice rack. Billy goes back out into the night to kill some asshole sledders, and it's by this time the cops have gotten a whiff of what's up and have dispatched units looking for a killer Santa.
This one's not going to be easy to find.
Won't the bright red suit and beard give him away?
Oh yeah, because that's gonna turn out well.
Get out of it! Get away from it!
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
My God. It's Father O'Brien. He was our Santa this year.
Kid we're looking for is 18.
Barnes wanted the guy to stop, Captain. He didn't respond.
Of course not. He's deaf. He couldn't hear it.
Okay, let me get this straight. You just gunned down an unarmed deaf priest dressed as Santa Claus in front of a group of orphans? Billy finally does show up, and despite the fact that he still has that beard tucked under his chin, and, you know, that he fucking lived there, one of the kids lets him into the locked orphanage thinking that he's Santa.
Hello, Santa.
You know, just because they're kids does not make them stupid.
There is no Santa Claus.
Gee, gosh, you might have thought to mention that to the kid whose parents were murdered by one, you fucking idiot! Instead, you beat the shit out of him his whole life and let him still grow up believing in Santa? You are made of stupid! Oh, thank God, I've been waiting the whole movie for this. The slow motion, the angry eye contact, the moment is perfect. Let's do this shit. Why would you take that from me? The one character I've wanted to see get butchered this whole movie and she gets to live? Shame on you! Shame on you!
I don't want to live! I do not want to live!
So that's the original Silent Night, Deadly Night. And, well, it's kind of a mixed bag. The ideas are there, the story is solid, it's just the execution that's wrong. Despite its lapses in logic and one-dimensional characters, there are some moments that are genuinely effective, and there are even times when you can feel a good movie trying to crawl its way out of the mess. But once Billy has his breakdown and starts killing people, it just becomes funny and stupid when it should be tragic and effective. Most of the moments that are disturbing are the ones that are out to deliberately offend people.
That plus everyone agreeing that the Phoenix Police Department shooting an unarmed Santa was even more fucked up than Rodney King.
I don't think it's the vile, contemptuous piece of morally bankrupt trash that Mickey Rooney thought it was. But then again, I don't plan on cashing in my morality for a paycheck 4 sequels later. If you're a fan of B-movies, it's like a paradise. It's offensive, it's got blood, tits, and ass. But if you're a casual moviegoer, you can probably afford to miss it. I suppose the best way to sum it up is just a one-word review. Naughty.
Naughty.
Naughty. Naughty. Naughty.
It's over! Time to get shit-faced!